Hello everyone! So today I'm gonna try to make the 30-minute, 3-minute and 30-second challenge. And yes, usually it is 10 minutes, 1 minute and 10 seconds, but why not switch it up a little? It was actually my friend Jackie over at Nerdy Crafter that suggested it, so thank you for this idea. It will be fun, I hope. So I have to make a drawing in 30 minutes and then I'm gonna try to make the exact same drawing but in 3 minutes and then lastly in 30 seconds. It's not gonna be stressful at all. So since I had plenty of time, I thought, oh boy was I mistaken. I decided to make a full piece with line art and colors and all that good stuff. And I wanted to explore more about my little cat explorer character, so I decided to draw him out exploring. He also has no name yet, so if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments below. So when I was planning this piece out in my head, I was thinking I would give 10 minutes to the sketch part and then a couple of minutes for the line work and then I would have like 15-ish minutes for the coloring. I was so naive back then. So this is basically why I don't do the sketching on camera. It takes me a lot of time. I usually never do the rough sketching directly on the paper I'm gonna paint on. I often sketch on a separate piece of paper and then I trace it over to the watercolor paper or Bristol board or whatever I'm using to get a more clean sketch. And I also often adjust the sketch in Photoshop to get the proportions and such right. Now I just had to get the sketch done and I couldn't really mess around with it too much, even if I spent way too much time on it. I often lose track of time when I draw and all of a sudden I realized I had spent more than 10 minutes only on the sketch part and I started to get a little stressed. And another reason I often don't make the rougher sketches on camera is because I just like to sit by myself, meaning without the camera, recording every mistake I make and relax with some music or YouTube running in the background. The sketch, I believe, is the most important part of the artwork, so I like to take my time with it, and including it in a video would just make it a very, very long video. And I know there have been people asking about the sketch process, so it is fun to be able to share it with you now in this video. So this was a really good exercise for me personally, having to draw on time. I think you can learn a lot from it to make your sketching and whole drawing process more efficient. I'm not saying that it has to be quick because you should really take your time when drawing, but if you do art for a living and if you have a deadline, it is good to use the time more effectively. I could definitely need to shorten down my own drawing process since I already have very little time to draw as it is. I thought I was a much quicker artist than I really am, and having myself draw on time helped me to see where I can improve. Also, not having to think too much about the artwork itself and just go with your guts and instinct can also be very helpful. It is easy to overthink and sometimes more spontaneous art can look much more alive and natural. So I will definitely do more of these 30 minutes exercises and maybe 20 and 10 minutes too. So even if I had less time than I first planned, I still wanted to go with the line art. So I took my trusty old SIG mangaka brush pen and I inked as fast as I could without making it look sloppy, of course. And surprise, surprise, the inking also took a lot longer than I first expected. Now, when I timed myself, I noticed how much time I spend on just thinking about the next step. I obviously didn't have that much time to do it now, but I like to just sit some time and rest my brain or think about how to proceed with the artwork. At this point, I really started to feel stressed, a little like when you know you are too late to a meeting or to the bus and you need to hurry, but you feel so stressed so your body forgets how to do things and everything takes twice as long. I had less than 10 minutes to color this piece, which might be a lot to some people, but for me it is no time at all, and I almost didn't know where to start. Also, I'm using watercolors, yeah, which takes a lot longer than markers, for example, because you have to use a brush and add water and mix the colors and clean the brush between the colors and let the colors dry. So why did I choose watercolors then, you may ask? It is because I made a poll here on YouTube asking what kind of medium I should use in my next video, and most of you said watercolors, but then on the other hand, watercolors can also cover a lot of area pretty quickly, and we need quick now, so it was probably also a bit helpful. I'm using the Gansai Tambi watercolors and I love the vibrancy of the colors. I might have to do an updated version of my review of them because a lot of people told me that they are not traditional watercolors and also not light fast, which kind of sucks, but they are so nice and smooth to work with, and I am glad I chose them for this piece. I'm not super happy with the color choices perhaps, there could have been more different tones in there, but then the color scheme as it is now, it is also very cohesive. Also, this cat is an explorer that sometimes might need to hide from dangerous animals and such, so having too bright colors of the clothes I don't think would be very clever. I would also have loved to make a more detailed background. I was thinking of making some trees and grass and some plants, but oh no, I wasted all that time on the sketch. So in last minutes, literally, I just threw in some blue and green to make it look a little like he's out in the nature at least. But I must say it isn't too bad. I actually really like how it turned out. I love the expression and pose and all that. So the 30 minutes part, I would say I pass. Let me know what you think. Alright, now the 3 minutes part, and judging by how stressed I felt by the 30 minutes, I know this will be thrilling. And learning from last time, I completely skipped the sketch underneath and went straight to the line art. I was so out of my comfort zone not having a sketch to follow. It is like I don't know what to do, even if I've already drawn it once before. And this is something I feel I really need to practice on, feeling more comfortable and confident with pen only and not having to rely on a sketch. And wow, I'm so slow. I was so focused on the art, so I didn't watch the timer at all, and I wasted all my time on the line work, and once again I went down the almost no time for coloring road. The footage is sped up just a little in case you're wondering why the timer is running so fast, but honestly it did actually feel this fast when I was drawing. So in last seconds I managed to throw in some colors in there. And as I said, I didn't watch the timer, so I was so surprised when it went off. I honestly thought I had more time. Oh well, here is how it looks, kind of true to the original, but way too low on the paper. It looks cute though. So lastly, the 30-second challenge, and I know this will be a mess. I left the footage in real time so that you can see me struggle, and there is no time to think about how the art will look. I just have to get the lines down on the paper. The seconds are passing so fast, and once again I'm stalling on the details. I don't get how people do the 10 seconds challenge. I would just have time to draw one line. And when I had about 5 seconds left, I thought it was time for some coloring. A little splash of green and a little splash of blue and a little gray. And I am a little annoyed by myself that I take so long to draw and forget about the time, even though it is only 30 seconds. But practice makes perfect, I guess, and I did actually get some colors in there, so I'm happy with that. It didn't turn out too bad, I think. You can kind of see it is related to the previous ones. So here you have the de-evolution, if you could call it that, of the cat explorer, going from a finished piece getting sloppier and less detailed. It is almost as it is breaking apart or melting, but I am pleased with the result. I did my best and it was a great practice. I hope you enjoyed this video and this beautiful art. Let me know how you think I did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here and click on the little bell icon to get notified every time I post new art and videos, and I will see you next time. Keep drawing my happy cats. Bye!